For me, it's not a religious thing. It's more a cultural thing. I get to make the food, and I get to, you know, wear my embroidered blouse from the Ukraine, and, you know, celebrate that part of my heritage. And so I invite as many people as I can fit in the house, and I run around trying to fill the empty spots. So we had some people that were sick, so, and my friends from Cincinnati, they couldn't come. But anyway, we will be, my daughter should be here momentarily, and she's heard this before. And anyway, so, I forgot that I was going to say something. But anyway, the food. The food is, normally, you know, I make the whole wheat version of everything. And then I have many people helped. Here's one of my biggest assistants right here, Diana. And Claudia came on Sunday a week ago, and after the power went out, we rolled the dough in here, and you know, and we, you know, made the filling, and then we brought it over. We were staying at David's house around the corner, and then another friend showed up, and Sophia and David, and 4 of us spent like another 4 hours. We spent like 2 hours, another 4 hours making 1,000,000 vareniki, which are my favorite thing, which are known by the Polish name as pierogies. And because the power was out, I put them outside thinking, well, they will freeze, no problem. They did not freeze. And so, I mean, normal food, you know, could be cold for that long, but the chemistry of them, it makes them go, they become gray and brown. You can't eat them. So I can show you one. They look very horrible. You wouldn't want to. I tried eating it. I thought, well, maybe it just looks bad. I mean, you wouldn't, you know, if you were starving, it would be fine. I mean, it's not going to poison you, but it's not, it's wrong, the taste is wrong. So we have substitute. I am not even going to eat one, probably. I'll try them. The ones from the store. So there's enough for 2. White flour with, they imagine they use cheddar cheese with their potato and cheese dumplings. But I just decided that it would be, yeah, they're pierogies, they're not vareniki. Anyway, so, but we will have some of those, and because it's still representative. Normally, like when my mother made this dinner, it was like they had 12 different things. I think I make half of them. So the first thing that people eat is this kutya, which there are all kinds of, you know, little stories about it, and I don't know a lot of them. But they start the meal with it. They used to take, because they lived in houses with straw roofs, right? The little thatched roofs. So they would take a spoon and throw it up, and if it would stick, it meant one thing. I think it's good luck if it sticks, and if it falls, it's bad luck for the year. So I never do it. But
you're ready to do that down here.
Yes, right.
Have you ever seen it done?
No.
Oh.
No. But that's the story, and so everybody. So
I'm ready.
So that's
what
what
person does it, right?
Right. So that's what this little cup, the little cup, is for. And it is wheat. Now the other thing that's the story I always tell. It's normally done with, you know, white flour. You know, I mean, they take the wheat germ off, right? This is whole wheat grains. And my mother used to laugh at my father because he would cook them for cereal for breakfast, and I cook these for 4 hours, so they get soft enough. But she called them bullets because you have to chew them. Because the white ones are much softer. But I like these, and then for the rest of the week I'll be eating this for breakfast. So this has the wheat berries, it has honey, it has walnuts and poppy seeds. So if anyone, I always have a lot of friends with allergies. If someone can't eat nuts or poppy seeds, I have in a jar some with only walnuts or some with only poppy seeds. Just let me know, it's in the fridge. So that would be the first thing. And then after that we'll have the bolas for the... And the bowl is for the traditional soup, which is called borscht. I know borscht. And I get picky about that too, because everyone always writes, you know, you see it in books and things, they say borscht with a T. But I think people just never really heard it. Because in Ukrainian there's a letter that's a sh, there's a letter that's a ch, and there's also a letter that's sh. And it's borscht.
Everybody.
So everybody, so you sneeze into your food. So anyway, and also there was a, you know, because, you know, you know, when Jesus was born, you know, because this is based in for Christmas, they, you know, they were in that manger or the barn, right? They didn't have a lot of food, so they don't make meat for the Christmas Eve dinner. So, which is very handy because I have a lot of vegetarian friends, and so I just made it like that. But my grandfather, when he would make it for a normal dinner, he would put soup, bones in it, or meat in it. So so everything is vegetarian. They also didn't eat dairy, but I always went in the kitchen and had sour cream with my food anyway. So anyway, so then so it has cabbage, beets, you know, onions, a little bit of mushrooms, but primarily, you know, Ukrainians ate a lot of potatoes and cabbage. So it's all vegetables. Because we don't have the vareniki that I like, I took some of my bread out of the freezer. It is bread that I will cut into small pieces because if you had the loaf and if someone was attacking you, you can hit them over the head and kill them with it. It's very hard. Sourdough, you know, whole rye bread with lots of seeds in it that I make for myself. So I will pass, you know, it's in the oven right now, toasting up a little bit. So I'll pass that around with the soup if anyone wants some, and if you want more, I'll just give you more. And after that, we'll have the vareniki, those little dumpling things, or you can have them with your soup. And then the last regular food thing is stuffed cabbage, and my mother made them with it's brown rice, onions, dill, and there's mushroom sauce to go over it. And then the last thing, we have these little donuts that are called ponchiki, or if you say them in Polish, they take all the vowels out. So mine are, of course, whole wheat, you know, with stuff in them. So that's it. So go ahead and, yeah, pass around the kutia, which is the wheat berry stuff, and we can start eating.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and then the drink, yes, which is called kompot. It's very easy because it was the winter time, so people didn't have fresh fruit, so they dried fruit, you know, in the summer, and so they put different dried fruit, and you boil it for 20 minutes, and chill it. That's it.
It's lovely.
And I put, you know, for the Michigan part, I put some dried cherries in there. So it's prunes, apricots, mostly prunes and apricots, a little bit of apples, then some, I think, pear and peach, a few little pieces of pear and peach. So you can drink the liquid or eat the fruit, whatever you want.
Wow.
So dig in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, so I always forget. Okay. I want to do, so just go around quickly and introduce yourselves. We can just, I know I'm going to pick on the two shy people standing next to me. Why don't we, Claudia, I'm going to pick on you. You
I'm
start.
not shy. I'm
You
shy
start.
too.
Well, not,
Well, I'm Claudia. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Claudia.
Hi, I'm Claudia. Oh, I'm Peggy.
I'm Nathaniel.
I mean, how?
Ginger. Teresa.
Dennis.
Joanne.
David.
Emily.
Belinda.
Laura.
Diana from Colombia.
yes. We met in adjoining hammocks last winter. The weather was much.
Park.
Yes, and she's the one. She's a witness. She heard those animals screaming in the night too.
This is really good.
I was balancing on a chair that's no longer there. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I'm sorry, these are recipes handed down from your mom.
well, yeah, mostly, and then I have a Ukrainian cookbook, so I kind of between what my mother said and what the cookbook says, and you know, then I now have my surrogate mother, Nadia, who was a friend of our family, so I sometimes, you know, could call her and say, hey, you know, how do you guys do this? But yeah, and then I made my own, you know, like I don't put like in the Ukrainian school kind of thing, when the old ladies at the church would make the vareniki, they would put margarine into the dough and like 4 pounds of margarine into the potatoes. I don't put any, I mean, my dough was made with, you know, milk or water my mother made, depending. an egg and flour, and that's it. And a
Good
little
to
salt.
know we're probably not going to.
You're not going to have a heart attack. But it's heavy on starch. I mean, obviously. The soup is not.
This is really good.
A lot of the
Breakfast of champions.
English colored hearts. So the pierogies and the
Care packages are available.